Hello everyone, welcome back again. My name is Jesse, and in today's wonderful tutorial, I'm trying to build a simple machine learning web application with Express.js. So using Brain.js, not TensorFlow.js, you can also use the same method. Now let's see what I mean. So this app is going to be used to classify whether a message is either a software problem or a hardware problem, or we can even use it for, there's a data set that you can also use it for, whether it's to classify whether it's a business news or a different news. And let's check and see. So something like this, message I want to type is this: I need to buy a drive, right? I need to buy a drive, right? So if I go with predict, it's going to tell me that it is a hardware problem, which is actually true. Perfect. So if I go to reset it, and I use a different message altogether, something like the code is buggy, right? Or the code is bad, something like this. The code is bad, and I go with predict. Perfect. It's telling me that it is a software issue, right? So that's what I'm trying to build in this tutorial. So this data set is coming from Traversing Media, which is a very good channel. So let's see how to build it. So the most important thing we need to use is to install this particular package. So I just go to npm init to initialize our particular folder, right? So it's going to ask you some questions. So just create a simple folder, a normal folder with nothing else. So right, this is our data set that you'll be using. It's having two data sets, this one and this one, which is coming from here, right? You have this particular data set, so it's having a test and a category, and then our own data set is also something like test and category and then business news. This is from Traversing Media, and then this is our own, right? So you can use any of them, it's going to work. Same idea. Okay, perfect. So now let's, as you can see, so it will initialize it. So it's going to answer some questions, yes, and then the description, ML app. These are not important, but we can just move on. The index, this one can be index, but let's make it app.js, right? Okay, and then we can just, these are not important, just to create a package.json file, right? Perfect. So yes, that's what we want. Perfect. So the first thing that we need to build this particular app is to install Express. So npm install -- or install. First of all, let's go with Express, and then we need Brain.js, and then we need body parser, and finally EJS, right? Perfect. So we go with dash save so that to write it on our package.json file. So it takes some time to build, to download, right? Now let's start with it, even as it's taking time to load. So I'll create a file. This one I'm going to call it as app.js. It's going to be app.js, right? Then that's going to be the name of the file. Then I'll create a folder. This folder I'm going to put in all my templates, right? So it's going to be a views folder. So view. Perfect. Okay, so here that's what you're going to do in all the stuff. So I'll create some two files inside my view here, and I'm going to call it as index.ejs, and then another file called result, where I'm going to put my results. It will be result.ejs, right? Perfect. So we have two files here and this. So let me change this one to HTML and then this to HTML. Okay, perfect. So the most important thing is just to create something simple. I'm going to call it ML Express app, right? Perfect. And then I'm going to put a simple div class. It's going to be showcase container. Okay, perfect. So here I'll put something like h2 ml web app at Express. Perfect. So I'll just go to the normal CDN file and then I'll get the materialize, because we're using materialize, so materialize CDN. That's what I'll just need, right? I'll just want to add for the detailation of it. Right, so let me copy it and paste so that it become faster, right? So that's what I'll do. I'll just copy and paste it. Copy it and paste it here, right? Perfect. I've done the same thing, so let's copy this here and then give it here, the same thing, right? So that you have the same here. Okay, perfect. So now we need to be able to build the app. So now let's start building the app. So here's where we're going to put all the memory on all the logic. So first of all, we're just going to do the normal app stuff. So var express is going to require, and then express. Perfect. That's the first thing. Then the next thing we need is body parser. So body parser, let's make it capital P. Then require body dash parser. You have to remember that this is a dash, right? Okay, perfect. So now we have imported our express and our body parser. The next thing we need to create is just to create a simple initializer app. So var app, it can be const. Var app is going to be our express. Then we're going to create a app.get and then an app.listing. App.listing, right? So this is going to be listing. Let's listen on port. Let's start port. Let's say port 3000 something like this, right? And it can be any port. Perfect, right? So let's create a function. So function. This function is going to take no argument and then just going to go to console.log listening on port 3300. Right, that's the port you are trying to list. You can choose any port anyway. Perfect. So now we are going to do it. So we need to create another route for this place. It's going to be our index, and then it's going to go straight away to a particular function. So function, and this function takes two arguments, takes the request and then the response, then we close the so I'm going to send it something with this response, and let's say that first of all let's go straight away to our route, right? Because we already have, let's save that to see whether it's working. So hello world. Perfect. So perfect. So this is going to be our first route, and now let's run it. Let's run our app. So let's check and see that's finished installing all of these things. Perfect. So we have it here. Now to run it, we just using node mod. So node mod you can install node mod if you want. Node mod app.js. So listening on port 3000. Port is going to show us what was written there, which is hello world, right? Perfect. Okay, so we are going to see that it's working. Now we need to use a render method. So response.render, and then we're going to give it the name of our file. So index dot this particular stuff, just this EJS file, right? So that's what we'll be receiving. But how do we see this particular file? So to be able to see this particular file, we need a middleware. So that is why we're going to be using particular stuff. So I'm going to set it to app.set. The next set is going to be, we're going to take the view engine or the template, right? View engine for our EJS templating engine, and then it takes another argument of the EJS, the particular templating engine. Okay, perfect. So now we have been able to have access to it. Now we can use the render here, right? So that is all that we need so far. So to be able to show us this particular stuff that we are having here. So now let's create another route. This route is going to be for our predict, right? This is going to be for our prediction. Perfect. So that is the first thing we have done. Now we need to be able to make sure that we receive something from this place. So how do you do that? So I'm just going to create a simple form here, and then the name of the form is going to be, let's put inside the div. This is going to be take a method of post and an action of our route, right? So our route was predict. That is all that we need, and then we need to create an input. The input is going to be test, and then the name is going to be message. Then we need a button. The input, you can put it as a button, or I can just put it as input. Type is going to be submit, and then we don't need a name, but we need a value. So value is going to be predict, right? And then we can put a class. So class of btn, yeah. This is for materialize. Perfect. So let's run it and see. Perfect. So it is showing something here, right? So this is working. So let me give it a class of container. Now we are able to work with our stuff so that it's working well. We're able to create something simple, right? Perfect. So that is all that we need. So how do we receive the message that is coming? So the message that you are going to be typing here will be bound to this particular name and be sent to this particular route, which you already have here, right? So how do we receive that particular route? The first method of receiving a route is to use a body parser. So we have to first of all initialize that our body parser, right? So let's make it here. Let's put it under the, call it at var URL, right? URL encoded, can be any name, coded parser, right? Something simple so that you remember. And body parser, the variable that we have coming from here, dot URL encoded, right? Then I'm going to extend it. So extended is equal to false. Perfect. So we are going to create a variable that is going to be receiving and accepting the data that we have, right? So let me reduce it. Perfect. So that is what it's going to be doing. Now we need to be able to pass this one here. So it is when we pass this one in this function, this particular route, that we need to receive whatever the thing that is coming from our form. So I'm going to just pass it here as something to as a middleware to receive whatever thing that's coming. So I'm just going to create one, not a get but a post method, right? We have one for get and one for post. So this, and then here I'm going to pass in my variable, which is going to be my URL parser. Perfect. So now we are done. So now whatever thing we are going to be putting will be the URL parser will be able to receive it and then be able to render it for us perfectly. So let's try something like this. Let's go with console.log. Let's log whatever thing that is coming. So we go with request, right? Because we are taking a request, then body, right? So the body is going to receive anything that is coming from this form body, this particular form. But we give it a particular name, which is message. So that is what we want to put there. So we're going to put that dot message. That is specific to that particular message. So perfect. Let's save it and let's run it again. So if you come here, it's restarting. Whatever I type here, so let's put something like hello. If I go with predict, that is going to be showing here as hello, right? Whatever I type here, if I put something like hello world, now I'm seeing whatever thing that is coming in hello world. Perfect. So now we are going to see that it's working. We are able to pass something in between them. So that is the basic aspect of the flags. Now let's work of the express. Now let's work on how to bring the machine learning aspect inside. So this is going to be our machine learning part. So I'm going to call it as ML part, right? So it's going to be ML part. So can't spell part. So what we need is we need to be able to bring the brain.js. So you just go to var. It can be const, but let's make it const. It's a const brain. That's going to be the first stuff to require it, right? So brain. It's going to be some space so that you can be able to see what you're doing well. There's going to be a require method, require brain. Perfect. Then the next thing we need is we need also to create a variable, right, where our data is. So data is going to be require. Then here we have our data.json. So this data.json is referring to this particular data set that is here. So let me move it from here. This is the data set that you're working on. So let me move it from its place. Let me copy it and put it somewhere. So I'm going to put it here so that we have that particular data set here also. Perfect. So it's there. So we start on this data, we have a test and then a category. So the test is going to be the input and the category is going to be the outcome, right? The output. Okay, perfect. So we have continue. So because of that, I have to bring a dot here because it's outside here, right? Perfect. Now we are going to get the data. So how do we work with it? So to work with it, just going to create a simple const of network. It can be any name, and then we'll be using new, then we'll be using the class of the brain, right? So something like of the brain. Use the brain object, then dot recurrent. We are using recurrent network dot long short term memory, right? That's what we use to work with our particular data. There are a lot of algorithms you can use, right? But you can use this particular stuff. Okay. Now let's move on to the next one. So const training can be, let's call it as training data. Train data, it can be any name. Then you're just going to give it as data, which is coming from here, right? Then you're going to use a map function to map or pass all the data here into our stuff, right? It's going to be map. Then item can be anything. So let's say item is called to this using an arrow function. Then we're going to pass in our data. Perfect. So that's what we're going to do. So we have an input. The input is from here, right? The input is test and then category for the output. So input is going to be item dot test. Then our output is going to be item transport item dot category, which is coming from here, right? That is what we have done so far. Okay, perfect. So we have been able to work with it. So they're going to pass in our data set perfectly. Oh, nice. So the next thing we need is to train it. So network dot train, I can spell dot train. My keyboard is misbehaving, that's why it's behaving like that. Okay. Train, then train data, right? This particular data that we have here. Perfect. Then we need to set an iteration. So the iteration is going to be like the number of times, like the epoch or epoch, something like this. So I'm going to give it an iteration. This is going to determine how fast your system is going to run. It's determined by how fast your system is going to run and how much your data set is, right? So iterations, then let's give it as 1000, right? You can make it as 2000, any of them. Okay, perfect. So now we are going to work with it perfectly. So this is the machine learning part. So we require this one, our brain JS, and then our JSON design. But this one is supposed to be brain.js, right? If you don't bring the .js, it's not going to work because this brain is deprecated. So you have to go with brain.js. Perfect. Then our data set, then you're going to create a variable for a particular kind of recurrent network we are using, and then we are going to pass our data set, adjust it, and then go to train it perfectly. So the next thing we have to do is that we have, after finish training it, you can see this particular stuff and then use it instead of running it perfectly here, because if you run it straight away, it can delay your app, right? So you can see, can train your data set, save the model, and then use it in this place. Okay, so perfect. So if you know how to do it in a better way, can let us know. Okay, perfect. So now I have to be able to put this one somewhere to be able to receive the message that is coming in. So the next step that we can do here is to go with this particular stuff. Let's call it as a constant, then output, right? This is going to be our output or result or whatever it's going to be. Then the network dot run. So inside the network dot run, I'm going to pass in my examples, whatever example I want to pass in. That is what I'm going to pass in here. So now we have been able to know how to use the body parser, right? So since we have been able to know how to use the body parser to be able to receive something from the form, we're going to use that same idea of the body parser to be able to save that idea and pass this particular message into our network, right? So this thing here is now going to be here. Perfect. So I'm now going to pass, instead of passing test, I'm going to pass in the body here, this particular stuff here. So if I pass this thing here, now the message that is coming from the form will just go straight away into it, and then we'll run it. Perfect. So that is all that we need to do. So I can just output it now. Let's make it this way, reduce the size, it's like this. Okay, perfect. So now what I need to do is just use a render, right? So Copy this one here, paste it here. So perfect. So this is going to be to our result. So result, which is referring to this particular result here, right? Okay. So result. Then I'm going to pass in my data. So the data that I'm going to pass is going to be like this. So I'm going to pass in my data. My data is coming from the normal rec, right? This is the raw data that I want to pass, so that you see the particular message that we typed in. That is going to be the first stuff, right? It's not supposed to be equal to, it's supposed to be I'm using flags here. It's supposed to be this, right? Then the next one is going to be our result. So result data is the next one. Then I'm going to put it as the output that is coming from here, so that I'll be passing these ones. So these ones and these ones is what is going to be going here, right? Okay, perfect. So we are done. Now let me try and see what I'll be able to console.log it here. So console result. So this one goes off, and then perfect. So now that is all that we're going to do. Perfect. So we have to be able to send this particular stuff here. So to do that, I'm just going to go to our here, and then I'll use the normal EJS templating, right, which is going to be perfect. So that is all that we need to do, right? So this is going to be the message itself. This is going to be the message itself, and then this is going to be our prediction, right, that is coming here. So we are done with it. Now we are also done with it, and then perfect. So that is the main idea about it. Now let's run it. It's going to take a long time to work because it's supposed to train the data set. Oops, this was supposed to be S, right? Because we had S here, right? This is S, so that means that this is supposed to be S. Okay, so see that it has been able to run perfectly well. Now let's see whether it's going to give us something. So let's type something like 90 by drive. Let's predict. Perfect. See that I need to buy a drive has given us the correct results, right? Hardware, which is very interesting. That means that's actually working. Okay, so that is a basic idea about it. Now let's try something again with something totally different. I'll refresh it. Let's give it something totally different from this. So something not enough memory. This is very dicey. Whether it's software, it can be software, it can be hardware. Predict is just the hardware, so that is able to predict perfectly well. Okay, so thank you for watching this tutorial. So the main idea is that you're just going to import your body parser to receive everything that is coming from the form here, right? And then you just train your machine learning part, then you train your data set, and then whatever thing that is coming from the form, use a body parser to receive it and put it inside your data, which is from here, right? Perfect. And then you output the result. So thank you for watching. If you have any question or contribution, you can just put inside the comment section so that everyone can benefit. And please don't forget to subscribe. The link will be below, so you can also check. Thank you and stay blessed.